Before we start this conversation, just a simple thought. Curiosity is something you can't touch. It's not an organ, it's not something you can see. If a person dies, there is no part of the body where curiosity is stored. And yet is there. Quite invisible, but shaping the way we think, learn, and relate to people. In this conversation, we are going to talk about it. How curiosity works in the mind and how it shows up in real life, especially when different cultures meet. So stay attentive, stay interested, and notice how curiosity appears and what you are about to hear. Let's begin.
Do you know, guys, we grow up hearing that curiosity can be a problem. Like asking too many questions can be annoying.
Actually, you are right. Like thinking in something too much, it can lead you to a wrong place.
Yes, but the psychology explain it in a different way. Curiosity is not a flaw. Curiosity is a tool of human mind.
And it is not a small tool. Curiosity is what helps us learn, adopt, and grow.
And science explained that the curiosity appears when we realize there's something missing in what we know. Not when we know nothing, but when we know a little and we want to complete the picture. Like, it's a mental feeling out. Wait, this does not fully make sense yet.
And here's something really interesting. When we feel curious, the brain releases dopamine. The same chemical linked to motivation, focus, and learning. So learning something you are curious about it, actually it feels good to the brain.
And there is another important details. When you are curious, you don't just learn what you are looking for. You will learn another details.
That's why curiosity is so powerful. It's not only about finding answers. It's about opening the whole mind. And it doesn't apply only to study. It applies to relationship, cultures, and people. Let me bring some curious into the conversation. I come from a culture that is very diverse, very mixed, and very open to combine influence, ideas, and languages and habits. So it's kind of more diverse. In other hand, your culture is a more solid, more extreme, with solid traditions and fewer external influences. And to me, this is deeply curious.
Curious in what way?
Curious in a good way, because it makes me think, how would I adapt in living in your country? What habits would I need to learn? What things would I need to respect more deeply? And at the same time, how would you adapt to my country? A place where things is mixed, change fast, and need to reinvent themselves all the time.
It's a great example of a health curiosity that doesn't judge. It understands before it reacts.
Curiosity helps the people to connect, not fight. When you ask how does it work, you understand the people more better. These curiosity people judge less and make better choice. Curiosity helps us to think before we take any action.
It works almost like an emotional break. Instead of you reacting, it investigates. I often imagine what would you be like if you are speaking Arabic or I speak Spanish or Portuguese. Not only the speak or the language, but the way of thinking that comes with it. It all starts with curiosity. It's not about knowing everything. It's about wanting to understand. There is another important detail. When you are curious, you don't just learn what you are looking for. You will learn another things, almost by accident, and that changes everything. Curiosity helps us make friends. It helps us respect other cultures. It helps us learn new languages, habits, and stories.
Without curiosity, lives become smaller, fewer possibilities, and fewer encounters, and less growth.
Science even shows that when curiosity drops too much, it can be linked to mental rigidity and depressed status. So curiosity is not just a personality trait, it's also a sign of psychology health.
Maybe the best question is, What can I discover today?
And where can curiosity take me next?
In the end, curiosity is not about fast answers. It's about being open to the world. Your ability to be curious can move your life, helping you make friends, discover places, experience new cultures, and even learn new languages. Like me, imagine myself speaking Arabic, for example. A small dose of curiosity every day, and your day becomes amazing.
Curiosity is not about having all the answers. It's about having the courage to ask, to listen, and to explore with an open mind. And sometimes that simple choice to stay curious is what opens doors you never imagined were possible.